This is Judge Joe Brown, and you're watching We All Be News TV, the
News-free Dixie.
News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Well, we actually just about I guess you flip it to the man side with Terry Crews, his situation with the super agent grabbing his testicles at an event in front of his wife, and him coming out about the culture of Hollywood and calling out the agent's name, and it's like nobody's coming to his aid, or people are responding to it in a different way. Like even Russell Simmons told him this to
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. There's a distinct difference between men and women.
Okay.
If a man had done that to a woman, that's not good. Somebody needs to protect her. If a guy did that to another guy and the other guy didn't bust him right in his mouth right there, then I worry about the guy that's complaining having some tendencies that the other one just recognized.
But what if you a guy, you a black man, right? You talking about how black men need help, protect their manhood, of course. But you in a culture or in an environment or in a industry that if you did something to somebody, like let's say he did clock that guy who was a very powerful and influential super agent, will he be more concerned about paying his mortgage? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's more concerned about getting the next.
No, he can get himself a job in the damn real world. That world is a fake world. And there's no reason to compromise your manhood to continue to be fake.
Okay, I hear you.
Let's be real.
Well,
no, you don't have to put up with it. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think a lot of kids, kids, you'd be surprised, but then, I know why. You sound like you say he grabbed them twice like that. I said, but he didn't grab you twice like that?
He grabbed him twice, and he's not, the dude didn't lay it out on the ground unconscious. Hey, I hope the guy that was offended had developed some fighting skills by learning some of the manly arts of self-defense at some point in his life. And a man's got to do what he's got to do. In some transgressions, you just got to drop the guy.
But then he said his wife told him, "Baby, I'm proud of you." Like afterwards, he didn't respond in a quote unquote manly manner. His wife said, "I'm proud of you."
A good wife is good for making a guy a good man, but wives can be damn fools too. Two fools flock together.
I see. But it's like, okay, let's look at it not. Let's look at the football thing with Kaepernick. He's out there basically by himself, blackball. What if more black men in football said we're not going to play like they did Missouri at the University of Missouri?
Hey, look at Kaepernick. He's a good role model. He said, I'm risking this lucrative paycheck I get as an NFL quarterback to do the right thing. So then compare him with this character that says, he squeezed my balls twice. I was so insulted. And I didn't know what to do. And my wife said, I'm proud of you for taking it like you liked it.
I mean, it's something to be said. I'm saying, like, I'm comparing it, right? But I'm saying, what if...
Yeah, do you see the difference?
Yeah, I see the difference.
One man did the thing so he risked losing and lost a big paycheck. Risked whatever mortgages and car notes he may have had. The other one was too big a punk to do that.
And they're both football players. This is ironic.
Exactly.
They're former football players.
One's called having balls, and the other one claimed he had some fake ones that got squeezed.
But is this problematic for black manhood in this system, period? It's like black men, a lot of us collectively are afraid to stand up.
Look, I've never been in a situation where if you are a black man and you want to act as a man, you can't act as a man. There may be some consequences, but that's part of being a man. Sometimes you got to do the man thing and pay the consequences.
Yeah.
I'll talk because I will do that.
Right. You have done it. You have done it with your career.
Literally. Let's say, major 5-star club in Aspen about 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
High New Zealander, big 6'4" character, wanted to sit there and raise his hand to my wife. I put the dude on the ground and choked him unconscious. Now, and I had a lot to lose. I still had to show them, but his butt was on the ground.
Right.
I took him down. But then I had some skills. I thought as a manly thing, I would need to learn a few skills over my days on this planet.
Right.
So you got to do what you got to do. Nothing came of it, but I did what I had to do. Now, I'm not practicing law anymore. I'm not sitting on anybody's criminal court bench. I don't care. I'm just trying to be an example. Sometimes being a man means you got to sacrifice your paycheck from time to time. And I think that was a despicable excuse of getting your balls squeezed by some punk, and you say, I had too much to lose and I couldn't do anything about it.
But what if it? Well, that's in his defense. By him speaking out now and naming names, and he's already risking his career. He's finding out who his true friends and supporters are. Nobody's really coming to his support.
You don't need to support. I wouldn't be his friend.
But he's figuring it out now, though. I'm saying he's exposing now.
Then you can't hang anymore. You got to go over there and find somebody else. We're not hanging anymore. He should have kept his punk mouth shut. You notice I said punk, because I don't care who he is. Anybody that told me that they had that done to him and didn't do something back, you a punk.
It did bother him, it seems, because this happened and he had to talk about it. I think it happened over a year ago.
I played football, but that's been 50-some years ago. I'm an old man, but I'll call a young man, strong football player, punk to his face for putting up with something like that. You want to take on a 70-year-old man, fine, but, you punked out when you did that.
Yeah, because he said the dude, was, licking his tongue out at him across the room. I'm like, okay. That's kind of you want to shake his hand. But one thing that says about, I'm looking at this culture. You look at
it. By the way, that's about as little respect. That's about as low as you treat somebody to do that. And he put up with it.
Yeah. But it's something we can't go back and I got no time machine to go back to correct it or to have the correct man
he
response.
Opened his mouth and told about it.
So he should have just kept it to himself. What are you saying? You say he should have just kept it to himself?
Look, they've got a football Hall of Fame, right? They should have one that's called the Hall of Shame. So you keep your mouth shut. If you punked out, you should not let anybody know about it. So you can't be immediately inducted by acclamation into the Hall of Shame.
So if a man came out years later saying so-and-so sexually abused me, what would you say about that man? I mean, if he come out years later with the allegation.
First off, anybody told me that, I wouldn't consider a man in the first place.
Even if the incident happened when they were children, if there was a child, if the trauma happened.
That's all pedophilia. I don't hold children accountable for what pedophiles do to them.
But like I said, okay, I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned. It's kind of
the time I don't.
Yeah, but I'm just I look at you look at the military. There's men that get sexually assaulted in the military too. They don't talk about it. A lot of women getting sexually assaulted in the military, but also men.
Well, women, different case. Women and men are not the same.
So we should have no type of empathy for a man who gets sexually assaulted.
Hell no.
At all. In any situation, you get gang raped, you should have no sympathy for this man.
No. And it happened, by the way, if you get sentenced to the penitentiary, that's also part of your sentence.
Well, you an innocent man, though. What if you innocent of the charge?
The bottom line is don't do the crime if you can't do the time, and don't do the offense if you don't want to get bent over the fence.
It's interesting. I mean, so there's no this. Look at it. Remember the movies Shawshank Redemption with the Stephen King movie with Morgan Freeman and what's the guy, Timothy Robbins. You remember that movie? Have you seen that movie?
No.
The Shawshank Redemption. He was an innocent man sent to prison. He was there for years. Was getting raped almost every day. He fought. He was fighting back, but then he just kept on getting overpowered, and then he corrected it eventually.
Well, I mean, some people get blown up by 500-pound, 1,000-pound, 2,000-pound bombs get dropped from 35,000 feet. Some people got done in by poison gas. Some got done in by bullets, but more by high explosives. Some stepped on landmines. It's cold-blooded, but your behind is gone. You got punked out when you were in the pen. You just got punked out.
Yeah, I think just got to live with it. But okay, let me ask
And that's one of the reasons why you ought to be very careful about trying somebody in the press deciding they're guilty when all you deal with is the lies and fakes and craziness and irresponsibility and negligence in reporting that you get through the media. And that's why you should never try to shirk jury duty.